Well, check out the shepherd pie. Who would want to eat this? It is mouth-watering. If you want to know how to make this, just keep on watching. Let me tell you, you cannot go wrong. This is an easy recipe, easy step-by-step to follow. So let's go on and start the show. Well, hello YouTubers. This is your girl, NaturallyMeMya. Welcome back to my tiny little kitchen and welcome to the 2019. Today I'm gonna make for you my famous shepherd pie. When I make it, people always go crazy. I love it. When I make shepherd pie, I get really chunky because I eat that day. I only call like a couple of my friends to come get a few slices, and I have to make a nice little container for my girl, Myra, because she doesn't want a slice, but I kept most of it for myself. Oh, I love that dish. I love that dish. And my mother used to call it Canadian patties because she learned how to make it when she was in Canada, so she called it the Canadian patties. But this is shepherd pie for you guys. So what I'm going to be using today, of course, I have my potatoes already boiled. If you look at my previous video, which is the soup, I only like one kind of potato, and it's the gold potato that they sell at Publix, because that potato is just amazing. I love it. And of course, what you're gonna need, you're gonna need 1 egg, because I'm not really huge on eggs and all this thing, although I eat it once in a blue, but I do like the organic, Eggland's organic. We're gonna need just 1 egg, and you'll see what I use it for. We're gonna need some peas. I know I put peas in mine, and some corn, and they are all I love Del Monte, and I love the no salt added. As you guys know, I'm not big into salt at all. And we're gonna be needing your extra virgin olive oil spray, cooking spray. Of course, I need my Maggi, some garlic salt. You're gonna have some cayenne pepper, people. I love cayenne peppers. And some black ground peppers. White cheddar. I don't like yellow cheddar. It's not like I'm not gonna eat. I don't eat it, but I'm not a big fan of colored food. Not a lot. And then you're gonna need some olive oil. And we need some milk. Some salt. Of course, my famous spice. I didn't kick spices. And we're gonna need some ground beef. And I'm gonna make another one with beefless ground beef. This thing here, people, is the bomb. But you have to make it taste the way you want. When I make tacos, I only use this for my tacos. And when I make it for people, they don't know that it's not true ground beef. So I'm gonna make half with the regular ground beef and another half with my beefless ground beef. So the first thing that I did, wash my potatoes. And by the way, the gold potatoes are the cleanest potatoes ever. Not a speck of dust on them. I'm like, what? I'm washing them. I love that thing, right? So wash my potato. Of course, you know me, I want things to be done fast. So I boil it on my little safety thing that I never know what it's called. I never remember. I know, I just don't remember. To make it cook really fast. So I cook my potatoes with just water in the potatoes, nothing else. And then I'm going to show you what else that I do. Okay? So let me know if you make shepherd pies. By the way, when it comes to shepherd pies, you can put as much vegetables. You want to put spinach, whatever you want to put in your shepherd pies, it's up to you. You can make it into a full meal. Whatever you want to put in it, there's no wrong way when it comes to vegetables in your shepherd pie. So fill it up as much as you want. But for today, I'm only putting sweet peas and corn in mine. Okay, guys. So now the next thing that I'm doing. By the way, I've already peeled off the potato. I boiled it with the skin, and then now I peeled it off. Then now I'm just gonna go ahead and put it in the pot, just as if I am making mashed potato, except, you know, when you're making mashed potato, it's you have to kind of like, you know, boil the milk and everything first before you put it in there. But I'm not bringing it to a boil because I want to make sure everything fits. Okay, so I put it in there. It has enough. I'm gonna put some milk. Like I told you, I do not measure, so this is whole milk that I'm using because I want my potato to taste as good as the inside of it. I want it to be as creamy, nice, and very good. I don't really know how much that is, but that's a half gallon in it, and I put like a quarter of it. And I'm putting some water, and I'm gonna bring the potato to a boil. In other words, I boiled the potato twice. I'm gonna put, just like I would if I was doing mashed potato, I'm putting some garlic salt in there. Okay, again, we want that potato, when someone bites into the potato, the mashed potato, it doesn't just taste like crushed potato, it actually tastes as good as on the inside. So I'm gonna put some butter. I forget to mention that in the actual ingredient list. I put some butter. Again, I can't believe it's not butter is the only thing that I use. Woo! I'm dropping things, see, and I put about a 3/4 teaspoon of salt. And then that's about it. I'm gonna cover it and let it boil. So this is what you do for the potato. I will let it cook for all the flavor to get inside of the potato. Then I'm gonna start working on the meat itself. For the ground beef and the beefless ground beef, I cook both of them the same way. I put some olive oil in there. I'm gonna take my beefless ground beef. I'm gonna pour it in here. And yes, I rinsed off my ground beef as well. So this is gonna be my real hot. Okay guys, due to the fact that the beefless ground beef is quite dry, so what I usually do, I take a little water and I just pour on it to give me more to work with. Put about like 4 or 5 spoons like that. So because, you know, the other meat has its own grease and everything, so I want this to taste as good as the other one. So this is the ground beef. I'm gonna add some Maggi in there. Some cayenne peppers. A little bit of garlic salt. Then I'm gonna add my trusted island cake spices and cook on medium high. Mix it very well. Okay, now both meat is ready and cooked and looks good and tastes good. Now I'm gonna go ahead and turn up the stove. Then we're gonna move on to the potatoes. Let it cook until it's really soft. Soft, because I want it to mash very well. See, as you can tell, I want, when I stick this in it, it doesn't take time to fall off the, see, like this one, I can even lift it up because it's so cooked. But these, as you can tell, ow, I don't want to burn myself. It's not ready yet. So when you stick the fork in it and you can't pull it out without putting the potato, that's when it's ready. Okay guys, because I don't have a special container to mash the potatoes, so I'm using my trusted little pot that I've used for everything. And I put the potatoes in there, alright, while it's still hot. So for this, I'm using like a bag of potatoes. Okay guys, so this is the secret to my shepherd's pie. Okay, so I put a whole thing, a whole bar, I don't know what it's called, of sharp cheddar cheese in there. And that's why my shepherd's pie tastes so good, even though I don't put lamb in it. It's supposed to be, the original dish was made with lamb. So, and then while it's still hot, I mash that sucker until the cheese disappeared. And of course, you know, mashed potato, because it's not potato flakes, it's a little bit of drier, so I have my juice. I put a little bit in there to just keep the consistency the way I want it. Alright, so this is my secret, people. So after that, after I mash the whole thing, like I told you, I taste myself. Look how creamy it starts looking, right? And it tastes so good. It tastes so good. Alright, after that, I'm gonna show you the next step of what I do with this beautiful, creamy potato. Okay guys, by the way, I did use extra sharp cheddar. Not sharp because I like extra sharp, but you can use whatever you like. And I want you to see the consistency of the potato. Okay, look at this. It's not too thick and it's not too soft, because you don't want it to be too soft as if it was mashed potato, like potato flakes. Because if it was potato flakes, it'll be really, really runny. You don't want that. You want a good consistency, a spreadable consistency. So that's what it's supposed to look like. So right now it only has the potato and the cheddar cheese. And this is it. So I'm done mashing it right now. And then we're going to put it in a Pyrex or whatever, a baking pan. And then we'll take it from there. Okay. The first thing that I do is I spray the Pyrex, because I don't want anything to be stuck at the bottom. Then I'm gonna take my freshly mashed potato. I'm gonna make a nice layer at the bottom. Spread it. Like I told you, I make a separate Pyrex for my friend, for my good old friend, because she wants her own. Okay. If your spoon is sticking up while you're spreading the thing, just dip it in the actual, milk and whatever, the potato juice, and then just spread it. Alright, there we go. It looks nice. So now, like I told you, I'm gonna do half vegan and half with ground beef and one with beefless ground beef. This is the beefless ground beef. It doesn't have any oil on it. It's not as oily as the other one. So half and half. When I give people, I want them to tell me exactly which one. Oh, no, we don't have things like that wasted. We have our regular ground beef. So I use a thing that actually drain the oil, because I don't want all that oil in there. And then this is for the regular meat. I've already washed the skins. I drain them. Alright, put them on a strainer. And I mix them. I mix them together. I mix them really well. And I'm gonna take this baby and I'm gonna spread it all over the pie. I don't want any of that juice from there. And then the next step is to take more potato. That's when this milky base will come very handy. Okay, so you take some more potatoes. So now this need to be careful with it, because it's gonna take, I gotta taste, guys, I gotta taste. So I'm gonna wet my spoon so I can drag it onto it. And then you cover the whole thing with a nice layer. Not too thick, not too thin. And then I'm gonna show you what I do next after that. Okay, remember we had an egg. So I'm gonna take that egg. I don't really want the white part of it. I just want the yellow part. Actually, I should drop the white part in another. Oh well. White and yellow come out. So we're gonna take the eggs. Of course, as Haitian, we don't like the see, that doesn't have a lot of that little white thingy that I don't like. Okay, so you take the egg, mix it. For the most part, I like to use just the yellow, but it fell, so whatever. Then you take a little bit of ground pepper. Put it in there. Me personally, whenever I have anything to do with eggs, I put a little bit of lime in it because I just can't stand the raw taste of that. This is it. And then I take it, I put a little bit on top of this, and I just rub it onto it, so when it is cooked, it's gonna be nice and neat, and that little yellow cross onto it. And then of course you preheat your oven, and we're gonna cook it. And we're gonna bake it. So this is what that is for. And honestly, people, this is all there is to shepherd pie. It's not a hard thing to cook. It could be a full meal. But honey, mine is fattening. If you want something non-fattening, this is not it. And this is it. This is what my shepherd pie consists of. So we're gonna bake it, and I will show the final result to you guys. Okay, I preheat the stove at 395. Some people said 4 something. I don't want to put 425. I'm just gonna do 395, and I let it cook until the crust look nice and yellow and crusty and everything. So there we go. And you bake it uncovered. Do not cover it, okay? All right, guys. So we'll see you when everything is